Family businesses are difficult. There's a reason why family businesses don't go from one generation to a second generation, especially to a third generation. Our business is no different. The 1980s was a very difficult time in the United States, especially for cigar companies. Not only for us, for everybody, all other manufacturers. Consumption of cigars is going down 3, 4, 5, 6% a year. Imported handmaids were doing pretty well, but not the kind of cigars we're making in our Tampa factory. So we had a third generation Newmans come in the business. I started in 72. My brother came in, cousins came in, more relatives came in. More and more relatives, third generation, which means the business needed to throw off more. Yet at the time the business was able to throw off less because there wasn't enough sales to go around. My grandfather had 4 kids. My father ran the main factory, my uncle ran the sales, and the 2 sisters collected dividends when there were profits, which wasn't very often. So it was difficult times. So we decided as a family that 1/3 had to buy out 2/3. In 1986, Valentine's Day, we had this leverage buyout. The relatives got the money. We got the opportunity. For about 5 years, I thought they got the best part of the deal. The way we were able to money, we had no money, but we had the cigar factory. The cigar factory had no mortgage. So we went to the local savings and loan. We mortgaged our factory here, and plus, with the agreed upon price, the relatives, and we're still short a couple $100,000, so my father mortgaged his house at the same time, which was, I'm not sure I would have done it. He did it. You know, some decisions are made with the head, some are made with the heart. For a long time, I thought the heart guided the way of the head. Anyway, so we owned the factory, the business, technically. Back as we finished that day, we came back from the lawyer's office. My father said, "Isn't this great? We own the business." My father, I said, "Dad, we don't own the business. The banks owned it. The savings and loan owned it." However, it got worse. About a week after we bought the business, we got a letter from the government. They said, "You know your savings and loan that you board your factory with, they're out of business. They're gone. All the S&Ls went out of business." So the government took them over. The government had a group called the Resolution Trust Corporation, the RTC. They weren't bankers, they were liquidators. They were worse than our relatives. Well, that was a struggle. However, fortune was smiling on us. My father was good friends with another cigar manufacturer from Tampa who had opened up a factory a few years earlier named Carlos Fuente. Carlos Fuente had a factory in the Dominican Republic, opened up in 1980. Very successful business. Had a factory in Tampa, which was a pain in the butt, according to him, machine made factory. He calls my father 3 weeks after we do our leverage buyout and says, "Stan, would you, I want to close my factory in Tampa. I'm doing well in the Dominican, but I don't want to make any more machine made cigars in Tampa. Would you be interested in making my cigars, brand called Moya, for me?" And Dad said, "Sure, Carlos." But by the same token, Dad knew if we were going to stay in the cigar business, we had get the imported handmade business, but we were very careful who we would trust with our brands. So Dad asked Carlos, "Do you make cigars for us by hand in your factory?" And Carlos said, "Sure." And back in the 86, 87, there were 2 types of cigars. The fancy stuff was put in boxes, factory seconds were put in bundles. We came up with the concept, what if we put a premium cigar in a bundle? Offer a great bargain to the customer who wouldn't have to pay for the boxes, the bands, and fancy trimmings. Let's try this concept. Came with a brand called Ybor. They were old brands we had. And within 6 months, it became the #1 selling bundle brand in the country. The Fuentes had the best cigar factory in the world, but never had their own sales organization. They sell through brokers. The brokers carry a bunch of brands and they're beholden to no one. We had a good sales organization. We never had our own hand cigar making factory. So we struck up an arrangement, a partnership with Fuente, where we would sell his cigars and our cigars together, and he would continue to make our cigars, his cigars, in the Dominican Republic. So he could focus on what he does best, making cigars, we could concentrate on what we do best, selling cigars. So in November 1st, 1990, before the cigar boom, Fuente was a relatively unknown brand. We started representing Fuente in all the smoke shops that we sold around the country. And so it's like having a factory or an engine that's under capacity. All of a sudden, our salesmen had more things to sell, so it made each stop more profitable. So it was good for Fuente. You got increased sales. Good for us. We're operating our sales organization more efficiently. And so the company was called Fanco. Opened up November 1st, 1990. Later changed to Fuente Newman. And today is known as the Arturo Fuente Cigar Company, the same company. We started this partnership together on a handshake and a contract in 1990. Here we are in 2019, still selling Fuente cigars, and Fuente still making our Equestrian Diamond Crown cigars. Pretty amazing. Two old Tampa families. One, we in the Fuentes go back a long way. My father died in 2006. Carlos Fuente, before he died, told me a story about my father that I didn't realize. Tampa, when it had 10 cigar factories here, making Cuban cigars, and it's kind of heyday in the 50s, they'd have an organization called the Cigar Manufacturers Association of Tampa. They would do union contracts together, but we weren't union. Fuente wasn't union either. The big thing was you could join the association, you could ship your cigars together to California, Chicago, New York. Before there was UPS, we had pull car shipments, and there's a depot in New York. There used to be a cigar store in every corner in Manhattan. But the Cigar Manufacturers Association of Tampa was run by a group of the old Tampa Guard who, for some reason, were jealous of the Fuentes. They were the new kid on the block. They will let him join. So it was more expensive for Fuente to sell cigars in New York. And my father became president of the Cigar Manufacturers Association of Tampa in 1960. Carlos told me the story. Dad's first act was to bring Carlos into the fold, into the association. And he never forgot that story. He told me that. And so when he had an opportunity to do more business together, Dad and Carlos thought very fondly of each other. And something that Dad helped him years ago. And we're still partners 60 years later. Kind of pretty cool story.